I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer Great One. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
Wait, what happened? What happened, know-it-all young people? What happened, millennial teachers and guidance? What happened? Dude, I'd have more respect for people. They say, no, we're this, we're that. We're going to stay in character. Remember the South Park episode where they go to like, what was it? Some kind of reenactment place. I don't know if it was medieval castles or a cowboy ranch, but they wouldn't get out of character, even though people were getting murdered left and right. It was a dark, funny South Park episode. If you stayed in character, I would have had more respect for you. But man, just a little bit of a pushback from stodgy old Republicans and Trump getting elected. And now there's not as many. And they say in the article, the thing says, the subject line says free fall. I'm like, what is it, down 5%? No, it's down by more than half. What happened? Did you get a little pushback? People got sick and tired of your fucking bullshit? I think the people who are authentically not binary, let's just say not straight, right? Whatever that encompasses, everything. I think you're kind of happy the kids in high schools and they're done faking it, right? This was as fake as you Gen X girls like fake making out at nightclubs, which we knew was bullshit. Shouldn't have taken a decade for everyone to say, hey, they're just doing it to get the tee-hee. I guess tee-hee, it was a phase. It was a phase. Hey, maybe you adults should stop listening to fucking teenagers. That's just me. Or if you want to do what the United Kingdom did and let 16-year-olds vote. No, like a lot of you like, I can't, we got to spend Britain in England and this great society and culture. No. Like, if you get to the point you let 16-year-olds vote, it's over. Your culture, your society does not deserve to go on. I'm not, that's the end of that was the end of that one. That's where this path leads. It was a long path. Don't get me wrong. It was a great path sometimes, but all paths, all trails come to an end. And this one ends with you guys giving 16-year-olds the right to vote, who are equivalently, I'm gay because popular thing. And I got to hat tip this to Raging Golden Eagle. He covered this on his channel. I was listening to it. And I just wanted to share the news with all of you that you can always assume people are lying sexist shit and they're doing it. It's always, Dre, you got to write that thing. Anything But Work. This is perfect for Dre's aspiring book, Anything But Work. They all are you telling me, what was it? If I recall correctly, it was 20%. The polling data I got was 20%. Gen Z saying that they're not straight. It's like 1 in 5 kids aren't straight. Yeah, this totally is in poofy bangs from the 80s. Except you know what? You know what the drawback, the lifelong consequences of poofy bangs in the 80s was for all those girls? Nothing bad happened. They just poofed their bangs. You guys are cutting your junk off and sleeping with people or claiming you're sleeping with, like, you're fucking with your sexual psychology, your mental health. Yeah, it's going to fuck you up. It's going to fuck you up. I don't care to do what's edgy, kids. Do what's edgy, yo. Popular. Oh my God, I got to be the popular person. So you're going to work hard and work out and try for varsity football team? Oh no. You're going to go into debate and work hard and say, oh, no, you got to get straight A's and just save your time for college and do really well. Oh, no, I'm going to claim I like the dick or the hoo-ha, even though I got a dick and a hoo-ha. Woo! Okay, theater. We called those theater kids in my day. And you know what they did? They put on plays. It was fine. Human beings, you can sell them anything. You teachers actually sold your kids, and the parents enabled it in the media. You convinced boys who were girls and girls they were boys because it's popular. I thought men were stupid. I thought men were stupid because you could convince them to ruin their finances for 10 years buying a sports car at 18% they could barely afford. I thought they were dumb, but you got people to cut their genitalia off. Bravo. Bravo. I don't know how you did it. When in fact they are not trans, straight, bi, whatever. And now just a little bit of pushback. I think it's just social media. It certainly isn't the fathers of America, you spineless, ballless fucks. I think it's just media. I think it's red pill stuff. I think it's the guys who are like sick of this shit. From the Daily Mail. Yes, I know, the Daily Mail, but it has data. Young Americans identifying as trans or non-binary in free fall as experts pinpoint what's behind the shift. Oh, really? What is behind the shift? I'm curious what Professor Fuckwitz has to say about it. For men competing in women's sports to rose over pronouns, America has spent the past decade tolerating absolute fucking bullshit for mentally deranged people. I'm sorry. America has spent the past decade consumed by transgender debates. There is no debate. There's no debate. But the frenzy may finally be fading. A new analysis reveals that the number of young people identifying as transgender or non-binary has plunged in recent years as they no longer get the attention whoring fix. I added that. The findings suggest the rate among 18 to 22-year-olds have almost halved from about 6% at its peak. Now, look, this is how quick it happened. This is how quick it happened. From 2022 to around 3% in 2024. You're saying in 2 years, half the people are done faking it? The number of young adults identifying as non-binary saw a drop, a similar, wait. Suggest the rate. Which rate? Transgender, it's 6%. 6% of you were trans? Really? Now it's down to 3%. The number of young adults identifying as non-binary, okay, so not straight, saw a similar drop in just 1 year from 2023 to 2024, going from roughly 5% to about 2%. So it was 11% total, and now it's only 5%. Wouldn't non-binary include transgender people? Whatever. It's down by more than 0.5%. Oh, you can't be edgy anymore, huh? I guess it's no longer poofing the bangs. I think it's getting ripped jeans, man. and flannel. That's what replaced the poofy bangs was flannel. For those of you wondering about the 80s and the 90s. Even for Professor Jean Twenge, I know that name. I must have talked about her before. A San Diego University psychologist who has spent decades researching gender identity trends because she had nothing else to do in real life. The results were jarring. No, it's not jarring. It's not. It's a fad. I don't know. Maybe young people are sick and tired of all the leftist, Marxist, teacher, Democrat bullshit being shoved down their throats. Maybe they're sick and tired, like, oh my God, you're this trait? Let's worship this person with this trait. Oh my God, worship. Can I sleep with you? I don't know. Are we getting to the point you young kids are starting to have the Ferris Bueller awakening and realizing the teachers are fucking dumb shit assholes? She told the Daily Mail, I was surprised just because in previous trends, transgender identity had been steadily increasing. It was a surprising turnaround. Twenge decided to conduct her analysis after Vancouver-based politics professor Eric Kaufman sparked controversy last week with the claims that trans identification is free fall among the young. We mean controversy. Did you do polling? Good Lord, lady. Holy shit. Today is looking at ugly people day today, apparently. Here's the chart. It was up 6%. Yeah. Non-binary was at 5% a year ago. Now it's down more than half. His post, which Elon Musk and Donald J. Trump reshared, or a junior reshared, drew flack from critics. No, there's no, it's polling data. There's no flack. Hey, for you critics who want to imagine, like, your only thing is faking being a gender that you're not, insulting those people with that specific and unique gender, you LARPers, yeah, fuck off. It's over. It's not popular anymore. Like, we smell you. Well, I smelled you long ago. It's over. You can't find a new thing. Look, imagine how clever and creative you had to be to say, well, list your pronouns. There's value there. Yes. And you all fall for it, right? It's like, it's kind of clever. You got people that actually think there's some value the way they were born. And you get your pronouns. Oh my God, you got all of corporate America doing it. Can you take that victory? No, this is the Democrat, leftist, liberal, trait-based parasite lifestyle. This is the life cycle. You get current thing, people find out it's a scam, you move on to new thing, right? You had a great run with that global warming thing. That was fun. And then you move on to the new thing. Whatever it is, patriarchy, misogyny, girl boss, follow heart, money follow, a trait-based, right? Trait-based, or you guys call it identity politics, same thing. Trans, and cut your junk off, kids. Just come up with something new. That's like, you have academia. That's academia's entire job, is to come up something for you, work avoidant sheep, to glom on to that doesn't require work. Like, oh my God, I'm so virtue signaling the good thing person. I have value. Just, or maybe take a vacation. Look, why don't all of you who are straight people faking your gender identity for attention, free shit, and purpose and meaning in life, why don't you take a vacation, right? You've been working really hard these past couple of decades. Take a break, man. Go down to Jamaica. I like Jamaica, by the way. I actually had a good time there. Go to Jamaica, chill out, relax on the beach, go into town. I know, don't go into town. Stay in the resort. No, go into town, see the people, enjoy the culture. Did you do pot, Cappy? No, I don't need to do that part. Surprised they didn't smell any. I think that's just their shtick, right? They convince you dopey America. Oh, pot, Jamaica, Irie, man. And then they're just like, my goodness, man. Smoking pot? No. It's for the mainlanders, sir. Oh. We here Jamaicans. Oh, wait. The Americans are coming. Quit. Put on our hats and get our long hair out. Get rid of the monocles. Oh, hey, man. Yeah, take a vacation, guys. Don't worry. The Democrat academics will come up with a new thing. You won't have, don't worry. Just take a break now. They also called into question how the data was weighted to reflect the broader population beyond the sample size. Kaufman used numbers from the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, which polled more than 60,000 American college students from 2016 to 2025, were not identifying as male or female. The problem, as I knew from looking at the data weights, was that they produced erratic results, he said, reflecting on where this data analysis went wrong. The confusion inspired Twingy to investigate whether Kaufman's statement that transgenderism was declining could be corroborated with accurate data. Look at this. This is coming from the Daily Mail. This is actual journalism. Oh, and they hated me when I talked about, right? Daily Mail. None of those writers are there anymore. The ones that came after me because I said I'm not going to watch Mad Max because it was advertised as feminist. Remember that, Daily Mail? Okay, we're friends now. Shows you how they just want to make money. She turned to the Cooperative Elections Study, the largest academic survey focused on American elections. Twingy evaluated the roughly 1,000 to 3,000 responses the study received from those 18 to 22-year-old range at time conducted 2021 to 2024. The CES, primarily coordinated by Tufts University, administrated by polling group YouGov, has collected data on more than 50,000 Americans every election since 2006. The FIRE has become the nation's leading defender of fundamental rights on college campuses. Okay, good. So here it is. They cite three different studies, and their data roughly correlates over time. The longest running one is the Andover study, where 2% share of students not identifying as male or female. It was 2% in 2016 and went down to practically 0 in 2019, shot up to 9% in 2023, and it is down to 2%. It's a fucking fad. And I want to tell two groups of people to shut the fuck up. One, you people faking the fad. You're not gay. You're not bi, right? You're insulting those who are. This is not a piece of cloth you wear. This is not a fashion accessory, right? Just like your made up mental illnesses, they use it to get attention. Claiming to be a gender you're not is not, you're right. A mental illness insults those with genuine mental illness. This is not a fashion show. And two, for all you adults, especially you parents that tolerated this shit, fuck you. Fuck the both of you. And entertaining this shit should have been squashed by Fathers of America. The fuck you are. Absolutely not. But daddy, kid, daddy, which I got a question for American fathers. Do you do kind of like I do weights, hike, weight in a perfect week? I do weights and hike alternating days, 6 days. And then Sunday I take a Sabbath. Do you take alternating days between your daughter and your wife who bangs you with the strap on? Like Monday, Wednesday, Friday is daughter, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is wifey poo, and then Sunday you rest. Twingy recently published a book called Generations, examining identity and cultural shifts among Gen Z. Went to the analysis with an open mind. I always try to be objective as possible, she told the Daily Mail. I'm doing my very best to see this as a researcher, not in a political lens. Well, good for you, madam. Bravo. I mean, anyone with the slightest bit of street smarts would say, yeah, this is a fad, but I'm glad we have someone. We have to like get empirical data to say, yep, the kids are being teenagers again. Oh my God, women are doing things to get attention. Who knew? On Substack, with Twingy shared her CS data analysis, she wrote, it turns out identifying as transgender really is in free fall among the young in the U.S. So is identifying as non-binary. I got an idea. Yes, you, sir, in the back. How about you just be honest about it? There's nothing wrong with being straight. Nothing wrong with being trans. Just be honest about it. And we don't have to have this ridiculous conversation. How about we judge people based on who they are, not what their sex preference is? Oh my God. Okay, Hitler. Is there that little going on in young people's lives and adult lives that you all have to fake this? Can you just not really? Why not kayaking? Have you tried kayaking? Kayaking is really fun. I've often thought about kayaking because, like, well, if you hike, which I like to do, you're limited to land. But if you kayak, that opens up a whole new world of places you can go. In other words, Kaufman was right with what some consider the wrong data, but still right. Kaufman told the Daily Mail, Twingley is arguably the lead authority on youth social trends, especially in America. Her results show what I believe to be the case, but like precise data on that, binary, non-binary, trans identity trends move together over time. Well, yes, because now why? Why are you going to say why? Are we going to say teachers, Democrats promoted it, not to mention self-promotion as typical popular trends? Did you not really? Are we not going to point out if Democrats is not on the list? While there's no single explanation for this shift, she believes the socio and political factors could be at play. If greater acceptance led to the increase, a decline in acceptance would also have led to the decrease, she said. The national conversation in the U.S. around transgender identity shifted in the last few years. From sports to bathrooms, transgenderism in America has become a controversial topic in recent years. Under Donald Trump's administration, gender-affirming healthcare has been limited, and transgender people have been banned from joining the military. All right, pay for your own healthcare. I don't expect you to pay for my colonoscopies, and I'm not going to pay for you to whatever. So go do it. The controversy spans beyond the UK, with the Supreme Court ruling there are only two genders. That was surprising. You let 16-year-olds vote, but then you have a Supreme Court that says there's only two genders. What the fuck is going on there? Individuals who have detransitioned told the Daily Mail that the new downward trends reflect a broader phenomenon. So, how committed to the act are you? Well, let's just be honest. Most of you are faking it. You're straight kids who are bored and want attention because you're attention whores and you're lazy. But did you actually go through with the surgery and the treatment and the chemicals? And now you go, oh, yeah, It was just a phase. That's a pretty consequential phase you went through. See, at least the girls in my generation, when they did oh, we're lesbians and we're kissing, they didn't really actually they just kissed. They didn't actually go and have sex. You just didn't know. They totally shut the fuck up. Fucking shut up. Billy Burley, 58. Okay, so he's old. And Prisha Mosley, 28, both transitioned when they were young, a process they described as grueling and traumatizing before later returning to their biological genders. It's a social contagion. No, it's not social contagion. It is you were lazy people who wanted the easy way out to get some kind of purpose and meaning in life. And instead of like doing something productive, which takes effort, you just said, I'm not the straights. I'm not the gender I born as. Oh my God, it's so edgy. It was poofing your bangs. Before later returning to their biological social contagion. And we can see that reflected in the data. Mosley, who was born female, said as she tended to her 16-month-old baby in North Carolina. Why are you having kids? Boys, I'm going to tell you, just when people say, oh yeah, I'm totally, well, I remember, oh, what was her name? Green. What was her name? She was pansexual. Remember when she said she was pansexual? Green, pansexual. She was some video game nerd and just Lacey Green. Remember Lacey Green? Then she found a guy and all of a sudden she was straight as fuck. Just stop paying attention to the theater kids, and I mean that word in a more there's more practical meaning in that phrase. The theater kids are acting. They're always acting because they don't want to do. The real world is too hard for them. So they go live in La La Land and avoid responsibility and consequence. Nothing wrong with being in theater. I mean, if you enjoy theater, go be in theater. But they're theater kids. At the end of the day, they're just putting on an act in a show. And they want you to fall in love or respect or pay homage or just pay them, pay the character they're portraying, not the real person. Because the real person doesn't exist because the real person sucks. They have no accomplishments. I mean, they exist. They're a human being that's alive, but there's nothing defining about them that's good because doing good things takes effort and work and they're too lazy to do it. So they go make believe, right? Why most of Hollywood is not only a bunch of leftists, but they're a bunch of fuck ups, mentally fucked up. I believe Star Wars is very patriarchal. Yes. Get the fuck out of here. Yes. Slay Queen. Yes. Patriarchal. If we look at the data on things like anorexia or bulimia, I'm calling bullshit on that. Dude, I had to tolerate that shit. I have anorexia. I dated a girl who claimed to have bulimia. No, she's just mean, just crazy, just psycho. Or girls and boys who cut themselves in high school. Yeah, that's wrong. These trends that have an uptick and then a downtick in the same way. You walk down the street, not across. But the only difference with this trend that medical professionals got involved to make it permanent. Oh, true. Mosley, who began her transition to become male as a teen behind her parents' backs and underwent a double mastectomy at 18 years old, said social media played. How old's Mosley? Ain't Mosley the old one? No, Mosley is the young one. Social media played a role in encouraging people to change their gender identities. Okay. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like what you'd oh God, Jesus. Just, okay, here. Apparently, social pressure is so much that people will cut their junk off and transition to a different sex when in fact they are straight. And my expectation that they should have the forthrightness to say, no, I don't want to cut my junk off. I'm straight. And there's nothing wrong with that is naive because can we not say that damn near every woman in America alive today, except for maybe the baby boomer generation, were convinced to hate men, bow down at the altar of feminism, choose work, slavery, debt, and financial servitude to the student loans and handbags over a loving husband and children, right? I used to think in the day humans were not able to be brainwashed. I'm like, nope, no, I can't. How can't you see this? Come on. And now I realize you're all sheep. If you could get damn near every woman under 50, under 60, let's say, to sacrifice having a husband and child, stay-at-home wife and kids, and to replace that with whatever nightmare Oprah, feminists, Democrats, and the girl boss had, where the government takes care of everything, you're living Section 8, and you don't need no man and girl boss and whatever with your bullshit degrees and your bullshit make work U.S. aid, affirmative action, welfare jobs. Right? You could convince anyone. I take that back. If you can undo women's mothering instincts, if you could convince women to abandon their mothering instincts, you can convince an individual to abandon their actual sexuality. Outstanding. Bravo. I got a hint. You Democrats kicked ass. Bravo. That is amazing. I'm in awe. And for that reason, I can't really get behind humanity to cheer you guys on. If you are this dumb, if you are this susceptible, it's like, wow, okay, maybe we should let 16-year-olds vote. I want nothing to do with you people. Nothing. And the fuck if I'm going to listen to whatever you claim to be popular. I'm never going to tolerate a moralizing lecturing about morality from anyone in the United States ever again. Never. Your God is popularity. Your God is conformance. Your God is conformity. And you will cut your junk off or give up motherhood and what you really want in life. I speculate you women, I don't know. To become creatures like this. She believed that the decline from 2022 to 2024 is because people are seeing a lack of results and are starting to wake up. Lack of results? You're Tons of adults went through a goth phase, but doctors didn't come and tattoo black lipstick on their face. Mosley said, oh, yeah, tattoos. There's another one. Burley of Louisiana has similar reaction to the recent findings. It could be that a number of those people that have identified as transgender are realizing that this does not resolve their needs of acceptance, significance, and security. What does that have to do with your gender? No, really, what does acceptance, significance, and security have to do with anything? Right? I never thought, oh, I want to be secure, be accepted, and have significance. So I'm going to suck dick or claim I like to suck dick. Anything to avoid work, right? Anything. Burley said he began transitioning into females in his 20s, said the process took about 7 years. At the end, I actually had more problems than when I started, he said. He described experiencing excessive bleeding and other complications following bottom surgery. Good God. Procedure designed to create the opposite sex genitals. What monsters agreed to this surgery? I guess you pay somebody enough money, like, it's your body, buddy. I don't care. During his detransition, Burley underwent a phalloplasty to reconstruct his penis. That was the absolute worst and most painful surgery recalled, and I tried to share this with people. None of the surgeries are working. He speculated the growing number of people choosing detransition could be contributing to this downward trend we are seeing. Oh, yeah, someone here in the comments, what about all these celebrities with their trans and bi and whatever children that they use for dolls, for show off, for bragging rights, for bragging points? Well, we don't have any super chats. Okay, cool. That's it. That's all I had to say. Link below. I don't care what you people. I don't care. I'm done with what you Americans want to do. And I don't care. Oh my God, a criminal. Let me make babies with him. I don't care. Oh my God, let the whole world come here while we pay for everybody else in the whole world. Oh my God, we need master's degrees and PhDs. Well, we're good anyway. We can't have the male guy. I don't care. You guys do everything you want with it. It's all you. All you. Vlad Elkins is in the house. Where's I saw Ray in here. Plains Warriors is in the house. Where'd Ray go? Henry's in the house. There is a difference between a regular kayak and a sea kayak. Yes, Henry. Lacey Green, thank you, Daniel. Where the hell Ray? I saw Ray. Where'd Ray go? Could have swore I saw Ray. Or was that Bill Clinton's head I saw? Maybe it looked like... Oh, no, it was Bill Clinton's. Bill Clinton's head looked like that. All right, that's it. See you guys later, Toodles.